Well, world of YouTube, terrible sight here, and I wanted to go over something very annoying. I'm sorry, but this is nonsense. In 2015 or 2016, I tried to GoFundMe to raise money for a work truck. And in my description, I literally put in that once I start, earning money, get back to work, I offered to pay each and every individual either what they gave me or I would have, doubled what they gave me back to them for helping me. Wouldn't you know, I ran that GoFundMe for a year. And, this was a legit time. My truck had broke down, went to the junkyard, tranny blew. I didn't have no money to fix it. I was at the time trying to, establish a true work business, right? I had at that time up until, it was 2015. Up until 2015, and I ran it through 2016. I ran that ad through GoFundMe. I tried to update it as much as I could. I put new details in it. But I always made sure that if you help me, I'm going to help you back. And that means, if they would have said, gave me $40, I would have gave them $80. Something I can afford, but as many people as what they could have done, I would have tried my best to pay them back. But a year had went by, and I was trying to get $10,000 just to get a decent truck and maybe a trailer. Because what I did was, scrap metal, did a trash removal type thing. I did it for 5 years. I filed 5 years for taxes. It started getting bad when, people were asking me, to take stuff for free. Oh, if I pay you for this, can you take all that? It got ridiculous. Whether people took me or not as a joke, I didn't have the money to go get an official license. To be, and everything I did for work, I tried to do it where, I wouldn't ruin someone's property, the things I could and can't do. I was trying to do everything by the book. Everything by the book. And, going to GoFundMe, right? I had the 4 kids at the time, 2015, 2016. I was running out of food by the, second week of the month. Scraping by the, edge of my teeth. I'm trying to keep up with the bills, with the food, and, it was nasty. And, it got to the point where, I gave up on it and the friggin' account shut down. But out of 1 year, but I cannot say I did not get nothing, but I never reached my goal. And all I got was $40 from my man Dave from Vermont. He's a great guy. I wish I could meet the guy, but he is a very busy person. Even though he was down here not even 5 minutes away from my house. I would have stopped, take the time to meet and shake that man's hand, but he's a busy man. I can't rag on him. But, it was nasty back then. And back then at this time also, you have this girl. And this really infuriated me. It was ridiculous. And for this girl to even get money given to her for the mere fact that she was a drunk, went and spent her rent money, then goes to GoFundMe gets all the rent money back and plus, all right? Oh, everybody felt sorry, but this girl went out to drink irresponsibly, paid a $300 Uber at that, drank, paid this expensive Uber fare. Oh, and then I lost all my money and I had to go home. I didn't have my rent. Wow. And she got her money. Plus. So, I mean, that really infuriated me. And here I am. I sat there for a year. I mean, regardless, I got a $40 payment. I mean, what $40 worth of gas at that time, and at that I didn't even have a vehicle to have gas. So I mean, it freaking broke down. I ended up having to go to a dealership, get in a car at the time, but I couldn't get a work truck. And my credit was low and shot. That would have been too much money, and I couldn't get a work truck. I tried, but nope. So that's the only reason why I didn't go to a dealership and do it. So, I was only eligible to get something small. And when I say small, I'm talking about, Toyota Corolla small. And that was it. The work truck, no deal. I mean, now my credit's boosted. I've built it back up. But now I don't need one because I'm not doing that line of work no more. Going on to better beyond stuff. But it's amazing how, and very disgusting to see people like this, and the ones that really should get it is, funerals, paying for death suspense if they don't have it. Literally, if someone's house friggin' burns down, things like that. But I would assume work trucks are in there too, so I wouldn't have gone homeless. And I mean, I came pretty damn close. But what had happened was, I just, dealt with what I was dealing with. But it wasn't right. It wasn't nice either. Like I said, man, I was going short on food, going to the food banks. Yeah, you go to the food bank, you only one person go there enough until you start getting moldy food in your friggin' house, and they expect you to friggin' eat it. So, I mean, I went on to did something else to, earn a little and save a little, but just the mere fact of trying to get a work truck and I never got the full amount, only got one donation. And that woman gets a rent plus paid. Who knows what she did? She probably drank the rest to celebrate, right? But if you've been reading this, here we go. And I'm blown away on this. I just heard it on the radio. And I don't know if they just caught the top story on that and not the update. But they were talking about how this guy raised only $1,000 and he wants to go to the Super Bowl. If you can't afford or get around, or like he was saying, and he's a grandfather, and all full respect towards the guy, but just to get to another Super Bowl another year, okay. Go to GoFundMe. And not only that, man, you put my story out there and I offered to pay people back. And you know what? If I would have got extra over my earnings, then and what I wanted, 10,000, say I would have got 25 or 30,000. But you got to remember, also, GoFundMe takes a huge percentage. Because not only did I get $40, I got a percentage taken out of that. When it was all said and done, after I gave up, the $40 sat in that account. What had happened? They took $4 for percentage. $40 and they only got $36. You would expect a price that low, you wouldn't take nothing. But not only did I get a donation, not the full amount, they took $4 a percentage, so. What about that? Here's a guy right here. $41,000 just to get Grandpa to the Super Bowl. I was trying to get back to work. I needed a work truck. $40. This guy's got 41 grand. And wow, they're going to sit here, hey, y'all. After several people asking, are going to, yeah, anything over original goal will go towards help to get Grandpa the best seats. Wow, I like how people just use this for nonsense. You know what? Get the guy a big, huge screen TV, and he'll feel like he's at the Super Bowl. What is all this? I mean, I understand if the guy wants to get to his last time of his life, but what about next year and he's still living? Is he going to do the same thing? I don't know, but it's stuff like that, that makes me very, especially when people out there do have a fire, do have an unexpected death. And yeah, they do get their goals raised, but me trying to get a work truck, trying to get back to work at that time, at that moment in my life, and you get the biggest slap in your face. And I swear to God, if I would have, like I said, I would have paid everybody back who paid me to just help me get something. It never happened, so I ain't even showing the picture of this guy because this is ludicrous. I just can't understand, you know, I don't know, how this even works. Even though he's not going to get that full 47, these people are in a big surprise. Because once that money's raised enough, there's only going to be what? I would say they'll probably only get maybe 21,000. They'll take a huge percentage, I know that. But for this to even happen, man, I was back in my day, not to, make anybody feel sorry for me, but yeah, back then when I was trying to find a work truck, and when I seen this woman's article come up, man, I started getting choked up and teary-eyed, man. When my year was gone, said and done, I started getting choked up. I couldn't even raise money to get a work truck, to get back on the road, and to, even to get my kids, more what they needed at the time. It was sad, man. It was heartbreaking. And when I see stuff like this, it really tears me up. Tears me up and tears me up. Deep inside the gut. I don't know, man. This is insane to even think this happened, so I don't know. Just sick. Just sick. People abusing this for the wrong reasons. But, hey, whatever. GoFundMe can go F off in my eyes. A year I spent on that damn page trying to get motivated to get back to work. Nothing. Until that next video, be safe, take care. And this, I'm just disappointed, man. Once again, to go wipe these allergies from my eyes, man. Because this is nothing more than like a punch right in the old kahunas. People give money just to go to a Super Bowl. I was trying to make a living, trying not to get my kids back on the street being homeless 5 times. 5 times. And if I didn't do what I did and took a lot of risks, it would have happened. But, till that next video, folks. Out.